Hey everyone, my name is David Swan, and I will be answering question 2 from chapter 5 of Know the Creeds and Councils. Chapter 5 is really devoted to the Athanasian Creed. And so question 2 asks, why do you think the Athanasian Creed is so insistent that you have to believe certain things to be saved, and that if you do not believe them, you open yourself up to suffering eternal damnation? So basically the question is this: in the Athanasian Creed, there's a big emphasis on the fact that you must believe certain things about God in order to be saved. And if you don't believe them, then you will suffer eternal damnation, eternity separated from God. So the question is why is this such an emphasis? And I believe there's a few reasons. One reason is that there had already been several huge heresies regarding the doctrines that are set forth in the Athanasian Creed. For example, the doctrine of the Trinity has already gone through monarchianism as well as modalism and other different forms of these kinds of heresies regarding the Trinity have come up. And so it's seeking to guard against those, as well as the Arian heresies regarding the nature of Jesus. And he sets forth very clearly the incarnation, that Jesus is fully God as well as fully man. And so in setting forth these doctrines, he's guarding against these heresies that have already come up, as well as heresies that may come up in the future, or different versions of these same ones. And so they're seeking to make very clear, this is who God is. He is not this or that. This is what we need to understand about who he is if we're going to know him rightly. And really, that is why I believe also the Creed is so devoted to saying, you have to believe these things to be saved. It's because if we're going to be saved, we need to know the God who saves. The end of chapter 5 says, the Athanasian Creed points us to the identity of the one who saves. So if that's the goal of the Athanasian Creed, is to show us the identity of the God who saves, then we need to really know who he is based on what he says about himself and what he has revealed about himself. And so the Athanasian Creed is setting forth, hey, this is who God is. He is triune, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And this is how Jesus revealed himself. He is the Son of God, fully God, but became fully man. And so in this, in knowing him for who he is, we can have salvation. But if you do not know him for who he is, if you don't believe these central truths about who Jesus is, then you cannot be saved, and you are eternally damned. You are eternally separated from God. Jesus says in John 14:6, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and that no one comes to the Father except through me. And so if Jesus is the only way, then it is necessary for every believer to trust in Jesus for who he is. And so that is why the Athanasian Creed really sets forth this doctrine that you must believe if you're going to be saved, is because first, it guards against heresies, but second, it also they're seeking to reveal the God who saves. They're revealing this God for who he is and who he has revealed himself as. And so in order to be saved and to have a relationship with this God, we must know him for how he has revealed himself.